Hi, summer is here. I hope you're enjoying the warm weather, but I don't want you to forget about your learning. Summertime is a great time for you to take time to do some reading. APS wants you to read a ton of books this summer. With COVID-19, there's still time for you to spend a little time reading and a little time outside. So, time to read. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. My name is Maria Karstarfan, and I'm the very proud superintendent of Atlanta Public Schools. And I want to give you some ideas about how you might be able to improve your literacy during the hot summer months. So get your braids out, fluff up your hair. I'm doing my beach hair just so that I can get into the mood for summer reading. All right, so let me talk about reading a little bit. Do you know that if you just read 20 minutes a day, just 20 minutes a day, it absolutely improves your brain. It allows you to learn more words. That means your vocabulary gets better. You get more fluent in the way that you speak, and you actually learn stuff that you didn't know before. You can travel places. You can learn about things that you didn't know before that you would only know about because you started reading. So I want to stop and take some time to introduce you to some of my favorite books for the summer. So let's get started. Hi there, it's Superintendent Maria Karstarfan checking in with you over the summer to make sure that you are still reading. Remember what I said, 20 minutes a day helps build your vocabulary, makes you more aware of words and how concepts come together. You also want to travel the world, and guess what? You can go in the future, you can stay in the present, or you can go in the past. This book is about the past. It's about people and American history that's all tied to those people who are undefeated. They're in the fight for justice and they're able to tell their story. And this story is told by an incredible writer. His name is Kwame Alexander. And the book, the pictures, look at that strong, my muscles don't look that great. They don't look that great, but you do it. Pull up your shirt. Come on, let's see how undefeated you can be. Look at that. Give me a strong fist. Yes, you are undefeated in reading. We're gonna make it to those 10 million minutes. We've got to get our minutes in to make sure that everyone's reading on time. So, are you ready? Let's see what Kadir Nelson, he's the illustrator. He's the person who put all of the images together. So again, that fist for freedom, and I'm going to show you the back. Look how pretty. Oh my goodness. I see, what is that? That's a musician, right? He might be playing the piano. Oh, and I think he's playing the trumpet. And then there's this beautiful woman. I wonder if she's the singer. So, do you want to find out? It's all about American history. And there's someone who's inside that I wanted to tell you a little bit about. Some of our schools are named after people in this book. I see this gentleman right here, and that may actually be Frederick Douglass. And let's see, I think there's someone inside who's named for a school. Oh, he's actually alive today. His name is Congressman John Lewis. Civil rights movement, did a lot to help African Americans get the right to vote, marched in the Voting Rights March of 1965. He was actually in my hometown of Selma, Alabama. So as you can imagine, I can't wait to read this book. Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't think you're ready. Okay, I'm waiting. Okay, are we ready? Strong reading. Here we go. The Undefeated. The Undefeated by Kwame Alexander, illustrated by Kadir Nelson. This is for the unforgettable, the swift and sweet ones who hurdled history and opened a world of possible. The ones who survived America by any means necessary. And the ones who didn't. This is for the undeniable, the ones who scored with chains on one hand and faith in the other. This is for the unflappable, the sophisticated ones who box adversity and tackle vision. Who shine their light for the world to see and don't stop until the break of dawn. This is for the unafraid, the audacious ones who carried the red, white, and weary blues on the battlefield to save an imperfect union. The righteous ones who sang, "We shall not be moved because Black Lives Matter." Do you remember Congressman John Lewis? This was him as a teenage boy. This is for the unspeakable. I wonder what that means. Do you wonder? This is for the unspeakable. Look at those pictures. I see broken glass. I wonder what that means. This is for the unspeakable. Wow. Those candles, teddy bears, flowers, a cross. I wonder what this means. Justice? This is for the unlimited, unstoppable ones, the dreamers and doers who swim across the big sea of our imagination and show us the majestic shores of the promised land. The Wilma Rudolphs, the Muhammad Alis, the Althea Gibsons, the Jesse Owenses, the Jordans, the LeBrons, the Serenas, the Cheryls, the Reese Whitleys, and the undiscovered. That might be you. This is for the unbelievable, the we real cool ones. This is for the unbending, the black as the night is beautiful ones. This is for the underdogs and the uncertain, the unspoken, but no longer untitled. This is for the undefeated. This is for you and you and you. This is for us. Wow. That's a very powerful book. Do you remember the questions I asked you about what do things mean and who are the people? In this book, you can look in the back and read about all the historic people in the pictures. And I said some of the names, but in here, they explain who all the people are. It starts with Jesse Owens. He was an Olympic gold medalist, one of the first African Americans to be this well known for his athleticism. He was the fastest man on the planet during his lifetime. Can you believe that? He's in this book. And there are many others. Look at all the names and all the people that they highlighted for this story. Now, I think that this is a really special part of the book. You often see these kinds of dedications at the beginning, but this one is at the end. And the author, do you remember his name? Mr. Alexander? He dedicated this book to his great grandfather. Wow, that's pretty far back. That means it's your father's father's father. Many of us don't know our great-great-grandfather, and I bet this author was thinking about him when he was thinking about the past. And clearly, his great-great-grandfather was in the military, based on the way he wrote this dedication. And the illustrator, Mr. Nelson, he dedicated this book to his grandmother. And he says, I love you. I bet you might know your grandmother. And if not, maybe you could ask your mom, your dad, about who your grandmother was and what she might have done in the past to help you understand this book. There are sections of this book that need some explaining because it's pretty heavy. It's pretty important. But again, if you go and look back at all the people and the back of the book, you can go through that and learn more about all these famous people. And there was a little section in here. It started with this image about the unspeakable. So this is a pretty dark place about our American history. And if you remember at the very beginning, our author says that this book is about those people who survived and those who didn't. You see this blank page? That was probably intentional, right? They probably meant to leave this page blank without a pretty picture because it means that some people didn't survive the experience that they had. And on this page, it shows you how many, and this is just 2 pages in a book. In American history, in real life, many more people died for causes to help minorities. You can see here, these are kids who may have been in school. Maybe this is their school picture. Maybe this is their Sunday church clothes. There were kids who were killed in bombings during the civil rights. So there are even children who didn't make it. And this page, you might remember in your lifetime, sometimes when you're driving on a road or in your neighborhood, you'll see where people leave little stuffed animals and candles and pictures when kids especially have died related to something tragic that happened to them. So sometimes, look, there's a stop sign. You know, someone could have been hurt there. But this is another example of how sometimes children and adults don't make it. This book is about history, mostly, but it's also about you and the strength that you need to be sure that you stay undefeated. Okay, I love you. I'm so proud of you for reading this book with me. I want you to stay strong as a reader and as a person. It's summertime. We need you reading. Learn more through the books that you have access to, even virtually, through our partnership with the Fulton County Library System. So pick up your phone, pick up your laptop, pick up your iPad, and get linked in so that you can read about more people in history or even fiction, things that aren't true but are just fun to learn about and enjoy. And you can do that through a book. All right, happy summer. I hope you're having a good time. Keep reading. Bye-bye. You just need to use my backpack and look for Class Pass to be able to access this book and other books that you might enjoy reading over this summer.